A lot of relationships fail because one person is willing to face the problems and one person is unwilling to face the problems. But the person that is willing to face the problems is a lot more emotionally intense than what the person that isn't willing to face the problems can really deal with. And so in a lot of relationships, they fail because the person that wants to solve the problems is coming at the situation so charged that the other person, can't handle the discussion. But they can't just handle it just because of the fault of the person that wants to solve the problems. The reason why they can't is because they were emotionally neglected in childhood. They don't really have the training for understanding their feelings, expressing them, like cooperating and communicating with other people. Like there's no training from their childhood with their parents. So if you're the type of person that wants to solve things right then and there, like you want to solve things immediately, your challenge is not coming at the situation so emotionally intense that's going to run off the other person. If you're the type of person that just wants peace and you want to sweep everything under the rug and just like keep on trucking, that's not a healthy solution either, because the problems need to get solved. But you need to stay in that conflict long enough to make that other person feel heard and to actually address the issue, because they're getting hurt by not addressing the issue. So all of this is common sense, but why is it so difficult? Why do so many relationships fail? Because one person wants to address things, one person doesn't. Well, because it's a little bit more complex than just wanting to or knowing what to do. It has everything to do with your nervous system and the wounds that you've experienced. Typically, people that are trying to address problems have been hurt. They've had their trust broken, and they don't want to get hurt again. So they are trying to make sure everything's safe because they know from experience that you can't ignore problems. People that are trying to ignore problems, we get it, right? Like, who wants to argue? But those people have been emotionally neglected in their childhood. They don't have the skills. They don't have the capacity to really get into it. They're going to get worn down. They're going to shut down, or they're going to try to leave the conversation because they're overwhelmed. All of these things can be fixed by understanding the communication patterns, listening to somebody, repeating what they say back, and making sure you got their side of the story right, and making sure that they've fully expressed themselves before you say anything. And in order to pull that off, and in order for them to pull the same thing off for you when it's your time to talk, everybody's nervous system has to be regulated. And these conflicts, they're triggering because that person knows you inside and out. So the way that you do that is through breathwork patterns. You will not be able to use these patterns in a fight with your partner unless you've been using them when things were calm. So you have to build up that reference experience to actually bust it out. But this is how you have a functional relationship. All these problems, it's coming from communication breakdowns. Communication breakdowns happen because people's nervous systems are out of whack. It's not because you don't love each other. People start losing hope and they start giving up. They start trying to avoid and rebound away from the relationship, all these terrible things, because they don't understand what the problem is, right? If you could understand, like, hey, if I just breathe more, my relationship's going to be better. That's pretty fucking simple, right? Just got to know what's going on. You got to practice it. Now, if you've lost an ex for this problem that we've described in this video, click into my profile, click this link, set up a call with me. I want to hear your story, and I'll give you a plan for getting them back step by step.